If it's in the media, if it's on TV, if it's said by CNN, ABC, Fox, it's true. If you read it on the internet, it's true. And it isn't true. You are being misled and lied to all the time. The reason I say this is I want you to come out of the trance.
This is the Kevin Trudeau Show.
I am exposing the corruption in government and in major multinational corporations. We're telling you the things that they don't want you to know that will make your life better.
A couple of things that are in the news that I think are just an example. I was about to say outrageous. Okay, they're outrageous too. But they're an example of how the media will absolutely 100% look you in the eye and lie to you. Keith Olbermann. This guy is huge. Keith Olbermann. He's huge. I think he was on MSNBC, ESPN anchor, but he was also on some of the major news networks. If you had been living under a rock, if you've been living under a rock, you haven't heard that somebody shot President Trump. They didn't kill him. They shot him in the ear. If you watched it, you saw the bullet zoom by. It clipped him in the ear. Blood was everywhere. And Keith Olbermann, a strong left-wing liberal. And I don't dislike left-wing liberals. I don't dislike ultra-white right-wing conservatives. I love everybody. When I interviewed my friend John Denny, a Hollywood producer, he's from LA. He's an ultra-left-wing liberal. And I love John like a brother. And we don't have any arguments over politics. We just laugh about it. I mean, because we, have different maybe political views. But this guy is obviously a left-wing liberal who has hate in his heart, disgust in his heart, and vitriol in his heart. And there are people on the right who have vitriol toward the left. Love everybody, man. Love everybody. You don't have to hate them just because they think differently than you do and have a different opinion about stuff. It's perfectly okay. People have different opinions about, the way America or the world should run, no matter what country you're in. Different political parties have different views. And everybody in politics just wants to protect their own job, which is the one constant. But Keith Olbermann went on and he said, this is absolute 100%. He says, Trump wasn't hit by a bullet. It's a fraud. Trump was not hit by a bullet. He was not hit by a bullet. So he was not shot. Isn't that great? I'm so happy to know that Trump was not shot, and it's a complete fraud. And then you have this, I don't know, I've never met her, I've never talked to her, maybe she's a lovely woman, Joy Reid on MSNBC. She said that it's a complete PR stunt. Now, Alex Jones said that Sandy Hook was a PR stunt, it was a false flag, and everybody was crisis actors. We know that wasn't true. He's admitted that he was a little delusional at the time, and he has $1 billion judgment against him. He lost it in court. It's been proven that these poor innocent children were killed. And Alex Jones went on television and said, nobody died. It was a fraud. It was a PR stunt. It was Wag the Dog, the movie Wag the Dog. If you haven't seen it, I recommend it. The people that looked like they died were crisis actors. And of course, that was not true. Now the left, and by the way, Alex Jones is an ultra right-wing conservative. So now the ultra left-wing liberals are saying, Trump wasn't shot, this was staged. You didn't see any, they said you didn't see any blood when he got hit. He went down. And that's when the Secret Service came in and they smeared blood all over him. I don't know, have you heard that, Trey? That's what they said. Oh, that makes perfect sense. I watched it. Yeah, there was no blood shooting out. So only when he came up did he have blood all over him. Right. It's got to be like vampire blood. Like we used to use as ketchup. Yeah, vampire blood. You can buy it at a hobby shop. or a joke store. That's what they're saying. He was not shot. He was not hit by a bullet. That it was staged and a PR stunt. Really? And you, I'm talking to you. You go online and you read something and you believe it's true. You know why you believe it's true? Because it resonates with what your basic beliefs are. If it's in the media, if it's on TV, if it's said by CNN, ABC, Fox, it's true. If you read it on the internet, it's true. And it isn't true. You are being misled and lied to all the time. The reason I say this is I want you to come out of the trance. When a magician does a magic trick and he says, I am now going to pull a rabbit out of the hat, he is not pulling a rabbit out of an empty hat. It is a trick. It's an illusion. Don't think, oh, he actually took a hat that was completely empty. And with the power of his mind and the magical incantation and his magic wand, he actually created a bunny rabbit and he pulled it out of his hat. You wouldn't say that because you're not stupid. You know it's a trick. But that's okay. You can be entertained. Well done. I don't know how you did it, but I know it ain't real. Right? I'm going to saw a woman in half. Oh, the woman's cut in half. You go, wow, how did he do that? Do you think that he really sawed the woman in half? No, you don't think that because you're not stupid. You're smart. But then you watch the news and whatever they say, you're like, oh, that's what happened. Whatever the headline reads, oh, that's what they said. Snap out of it. Wake up. It ain't real. Trump was shot. The people at Sandy Hook were shot and killed. It wasn't a PR stunt. He was shot by a maniac. Did the Secret Service allow it to happen on purpose or just out of incompetency? We can argue about that. I've talked to some people. I can't tell you because this is YouTube and Spotify and things that'll pull us off the air. But let's just say it's impossible to have that building not secure. When all of these people saw the guy, call the cops 30 minutes in advance, there's a guy with a rifle going up on that building and nothing happened. And it's also, I think, the most amazing thing in the world that the assassin, because he did assassinate somebody, he assassinated one of the members of the audience and gravely wounded someone else who I think is still in critical condition. That assassin who was trying to assassinate Trump and wound up killing one other and seriously wounding another, that assassin pulled off 3 shots very quickly, boom, boom, boom. And within, I think, around 10 seconds, the sniper found the shooter and put a bullet in his head. Now, I've talked to some snipers, by the way, over the last few days. Guys who were in, remember, I was friends with General Norman Schwarzkopf, who was in Iraq, who led Desert Storm. So I know a lot of these guys. And so I made some phone calls and I said, hey, if you were a sniper looking around, do you think you would have seen the assassin? And every one of them said, it's impossible not to see him. Okay. Maybe this guy was a little bit incompetent. They said he would have to be really incompetent, not, because that's his job. His job is to scan, and he's got a scope. And he's looking for places like rooftops. So it would be impossible for him not to see that shooter, the assassin, the Trump assassin, the Trump would-be assassin. But let's assume that he couldn't find him because his eyes aren't so good or something. I said, then how is it possible that after the shots are fired, that same sniper who couldn't find him hits him with one shot in the head? They said, that's even more impossible. It's impossible not for two, there's more than one sniper. It was impossible for them not to see him. But once he shot, it would be impossible for them to turn, find the guy, and pull off one kill shot to the head that quickly. It doesn't happen that fast. It just doesn't happen that fast. I said, so what if I'm the sniper and I actually see the shooter and I get him lined up and he fires off 4 shots, then I shoot him? He says, oh, that can happen. Now, I'm not saying that happened. I'm clearly not, because let's just assume that the good guy snipers that were there to protect President Trump were doing their job. And look, it could really, really honestly be just all the stars were lined up in the wrong direction, and it's just the way it happened, and everybody had really good intentions. That certainly 100% could be the case. And I do not want to denigrate the men and women, including the woman who couldn't holster her gun. I'm not going to denigrate her just because she didn't look like she was very well trained, because she couldn't put her gun in her holster. She's this, like this. I'm not denigrating her because there's a lot of stress going on, and I've had a holster, and I've had a hard time getting my gun in there too. I wasn't as well trained as a Secret Service agent, but I'm just saying, I'm not denigrating any of these people, because these people may, when you talk to them, may say, we did our best, we were working 10, 12-hour shifts, we were tired, fatigued. There's a lot of issues. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying there's a lot more questions about this than answered. But for these people on MSNBC, like Uberman and Joy Reid, to suggest that it's a PR stunt and Trump wasn't actually hit by a bullet is more than outrageous. It is more than outrageous. So just think about that. And the point of this whole story is, please come out of your trance. Don't believe everything that you're seeing on TV or reading on the internet. My God, it's full of misinformation. Open up your eyes. Hi, I'm Kevin Trudeau. This is everything they don't want you to know about to improve the quality of your life. Broadcasting every Monday and Wednesday, 2 days a week now. Monday and Wednesday at 1 o'clock Chicago time. Make sure you tune in and subscribe to the channel and share these shows with everyone you know.